So, welcome back. We are in session 4 right now. Today we will be utilizing one of the functions within Google Drive. If you open Google Drive, you'll see that there are quite a few options. We can see we have Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Forms. Docs is just Word document, so you can type. Sheets is this nice spreadsheet. Slides is a visual presentation, and Forms is a form. They're pretty intuitive within the name. So what we are going to do today within this, I would like us to first, from here, actually we're going to open a new window and we are going to open up a new Google Doc. So what I'm going to have you do in the search bar is type G Drive. Now, it should come up with Google Drive to sign in because we just want to go to the Drive. We're not going to go into our Gmail today. If I click the sign in button, I'm already logged in. Perfect. Now, here, this icon here that says new with the plus sign, this is how we're going to find what we'd like to do. So we're going to open a Google Docs today, and we're going to be working within that. So I'd like for everybody to do the same. We're going to come in here, new Google Docs. Perfect. And here we are. So if I switch back to this, right now we're going to talk through these sections here within the Google Docs. I'm going to go back to my Google Doc. Now, the first thing we see here is the document name. And you can see there's a nice little easy box. It gives us the text icon. So I'd like us all in here to write typing exercises. Ooh, exercises. There we go. Typed it correctly. And as soon as I click off of that, I don't know if you saw that. It says save to Drive. It said saving. The best thing about Google is it auto saves because we're connected to the internet. From here, we're going to go on to the next bullet point, which was number 2, font and styles. We're going to find that right here. First, let's talk about styles. And you see if I hover over any of them, it'll tell us what it is. So if I drop down this menu here, normal text, that's just like regular text within a body. We also have these options to add a title, a subtitle, and the various headings, which can be useful if you're depending on what kind of document. So we're going to try to put in a title here. You can see it's gotten quite big. Typing exercises. I'll get it correctly. There we go. Now, if I press the enter button on my computer, it drops me down to the next line, and you can see that right here is changed to normal text. Now we can just start typing within this box. So I'm going to write typing here, and I'm going to highlight it. Now I can change the font here. My font is currently set at Arial. I'm going to try to change it to a totally different one. We're at Righteous. I'm actually going to choose something a little bit different. Let's go this one. Okay, perfect. Because the next area I'd like to talk about here, we have the fonts, and we can change them. Before I do that, though, we'd like maybe like a font size. How do I change the font size? So I have this help menu here. And if I search font size, increase font size, it gives me options of how I can do that, and it'll take me to other places where I can change that number, although it is right here. So let's get into changing this text here a bit. Now these here help us to change elements within the text. This will make it bold, italic, underline, and we can change the color. This one here changes the color of the text, so let's go green. And this is a highlight, and so let's put gray. Probably won't be able to see that very well, but we can change it back if we need to. Now, to undo all of those changes, I'm going to highlight what I've just typed. I'm going to go back here to this normal text. just click normal text. And as you can see, it goes right back to the default setting. Cool. Now, from here, let's just keep moving on down this bar. So this here is called the alignment. We have options of where we would like the text to be aligned within our sheet. We have left align, center, right align, and then fill to the page. So usually something like a heading, the title here, let's try to center that. Now the center is here, and you can see by the shape of it as well, it looks like it's right lined up in the middle. So I'm going to click that, and as you can see, it took what I'd highlighted and just jumped it right to the middle. The rest of my text, as I've got here, is just staying in that nice left align. Perfect. Now from here, because this is where we want it, I'm going to also introduce to us bullet points. These things here will help us to tab new bits here. So I've made that a bullet point. Great, I like that. Now I'm going to press my enter key, and it takes me down and it gives me another bullet point. If I would like maybe a bullet point within a bullet point, what I can do, these tabs here are an indent. And if I press this, click it, you can see I have now a new type of bullet point within that. I can undo that if I want, or I can try different styles. So it's all used to help you make the layout that you want within your page. Great. Now let's go back. We've covered all of these right here. Now let's take a look at the keyboard itself. We're going to start typing soon. This image that you're seeing here, we've taken it from learntyping.org, which is a great resource to help with the introductory sessions of how to use the keyboard and to how to develop the skills necessary to type. A lot of us, when we first learn, we do chicken pecking. We just use our first digit fingers. Now, here in this image, I'm just going to briefly show you, highlight that in our left hand, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that this is color coded as well on the keyboard here to help your brain realize that, okay, finger 1 on my right hand needs to be accessing these. It reaches best to these keys. And you can see so on and so forth with the other fingers. A couple of buttons, keys, that I'm going to point out here. These in here in the black, they don't really have a finger assigned to them. It's just where you can reach for them. Tab, we're just going to go right around. Tab here, it helps us to indent. We had the indent key in the last exercise in Google Docs I was showing you. This will help us to indent as well. Caps lock, this is fun. If you press the caps lock down, some computers, a lot of them have a little light to notify you that you are in caps lock. What this does is it locks all of the things that you type into the capital letter position. So you can just press that and everything will be in uppercase letters. Shift. You can see there's one on both sides, which is great. Shift is the manual way to capitalize one letter, or if we need to get to these symbols that are above the numbers, I would press Shift and then a 3 to get the pound sign. Control Alt, we've learned about these within logging out of our email and things, and in this it would be Control Alt backspace. Enter is something important. It will help us to move to the next line. This can help us to click into something as well. If there's any questions about within Learn Typing, you will find more sufficient resources to help further explain these if you would need further assistance with this. So now we are going to get into this typing exercise within our Google Doc. Now this is in your workbooks. So if we go back to our Google Doc, if we set our hands, we're going to do the first home row with the right hand. And you can check on your keyboard because in the home row, the letter F and the letter J should have little bumps on them. This is to help our fingers to recognize where home is again. So with the left hand, in that finger 1, we can do F, 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 spacebar, D, 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 and so on and so forth. Getting used to the motor skills necessary for typing can be quite challenging, but the more exercise you give into it, the more practice, the easier it gets. So within this typing exercise, I'd like to point out as well, for our left hand and our right hand home row exercises, all of the letters are lowercase. But when we get to this bottom line here, we are going to need to use some capital letters, in which case I'm going to highlight again that we are going to be using the shift. That's probably going to be the easiest way to get it. So we can do hold down the shift while you press the F. You can try holding down the shift with this finger, pressing the F as well. It's whatever feels right in your hands. So once we finish going through these just light little drills, which again, you can go to that website to get more of these drilling exercises, we are going to, I would like for all of you to type this example. You are going to utilize, you can just start from right here on hello, and you're going to have capital letters, punctuation, some doubles letters, and punctuation from having to utilize the shift key as well. And so this hopefully should get you through some nice easy typing, and your document will have a nice paragraph written on there. We've already got our title on there. Again, you can just start with hello. Perfect. So what we've gone through with all of this here is understanding the elements within Google Docs. Google Docs is a really great space for us to write the documents that we need for whatever. So we can utilize the headings, we can change font styles, we can add and insert things when and where we need. This is just a basic way for us to further develop those skills. Again, understanding what all of the icons mean within the top bar of options within Google Docs, and utilizing those with the elements of our keyboard that we were just talking through. If there are any questions, now is a great time to ask them. And if not, we have a 10-minute break.